My name is Mirash and welcome back to my channel, Simply Mirash. Today we are here to talk about Love is Blind Season 6. I know, girl, I know I'm late on the whole thing. I mean, it's like on episode 6 or something now. But hey, better late than never, okay? So, well, welcome. We are going to start. See, Matthew has now joined my Love is Blind jail of men that we can't stand. On the list of those in my jail, JP, Easy, Uche, and Sergio from Love is Blind Sweden. This man, listen, he has a list of questions he wants to ask the ladies. Come to think of it or come to see it, he asked Jessica a question the first time they met, and then when Jessica answered and asked him the same question, which is normal. When you ask somebody a question, you should be prepared to get the same question back. But Matthew was not prepared to answer the same damn question that he was asking. Right there and there, I said no. And this man just got up and walked away. Huh? Matthew, why? Oh my goodness. And it's not, I mean, he did this with a couple of other girls that he asked the same question to. And then when the girl started answering the question, I mean, they made it seem like the girl was explaining a lot about with her answer. Matthew got his ass up and just walked away. And the girl, I guess you can hear the doors. So the girl heard it and she's like, "Are you still there? Hello, Lord, are you still there?" No, Matthew has left the building. Look, when she realized that Matthew had walked out, she says, "Thank God," when she realized that he had walked out. I said, "Yeah, well, I'm here speaking the same language. Matthew, why?" And then as the girls kept meeting him, and then it was what is her name? Adie's turn. Very cute and sweet young lady. I was shook because he was actually able to connect with her, or she was able to connect with him, because most of the females were not willing to stay there for his buffoonery, so they would just leave it there. But Adie actually was able to get this man to sit there and talk, and I said, "What?" Okay, Adie has more patience and understanding than most of us. But anyway, they connected. It was rocky from the beginning, but they connected and started having a conversation that was actually not cringy or just annoying as hell. Let me tell you, when Adie left the date and went back to the women's lounge, Adie mentioned that, well, she was shook, surprised, but she's actually feeling Matthew. And everybody was like, "What?" The way they reacted to Adie saying that she's considering Matthew, or she really liked Matthew, it makes no sense to me. It still doesn't make any sense to me, okay? Because there is no way Matt, was out there from the beginning acting a damn fool. This man was acting like he's never spoken to a female before, or he's never spoken to another human being, by the way. But there is no way that this man behaved the way he did with a few of the girls, and all of a sudden he's this social butterfly making jokes and talking to Adie. I said, no, there might be something going on there. There might be multiple people inside Matthew that we're not aware of. How this man can change so drastically when it came to Adie. You see, I'm thinking production probably told him, "Look, we don't know what the hell is going on with you or what you are doing, but you're not going to, in fact, you might make history and be the first, you will leave after the first 1 hour of meeting or the show starting, okay? So you better shape up." I don't know if they gave him sticky notes or whatever, but we do not accept the drastic change, Matthew. Adie is also connecting with Clayton. Clay. The moment I saw Clayton, I said, mm-mm. The moment they got in there, it was, I mean, it almost feels like two people who has known each other since high school. You know that type of banter. They had that, and when when Clay heard her name, he started making little jokes like, "Oh, AD all day, AD all day," and AD was she was she was losing her shit. There is absolutely no substance to it because you all are here for a severely time crunch situation to meet the someone who is going to be your lifelong partner. We're getting married in 4 weeks. Let's get to the nitty gritty. But they didn't do that. It was just small talk, banters, and flirting. No, it feels very surface level to me. What Eddie and Clinton, but he feels like someone who could be superficial. And I think that completely deflects from the purpose of the show. Clinton and AD all day feels like homies to me, not lifelong married partners. Now, Jessica. Okay, so another thing that I was thinking of when I saw the cast, I said, okay, look, everybody, Love is Blind season 6, everybody looks good. The females are good looking, good, like, the Instagram kind of good looking. Most of them are. The guys also look real good. You don't want people to choose their partners based on their looks. Yet, this show almost always cast very, very attractive people. I don't know what you look like and all of this, but I'm going to choose with my heart. But they know also from previous seasons that the show always casts good looking people. So you will end up, there is a very, very high probability that you will end up with a good-looking person. So what's the point? I told you, love ain't blind in my head, by the way. There can be love at first sight, but blind, girl, please. Please. Anyway, talk about good-looking people. Jessica is gorgeous. She's a mother, has a 30-year-old daughter named Autumn. She's 28 years old. She's not spoken to Jimmy about it. They have had a few dates. I mean, I don't think there is a lot to divulge from it. Jessica, when are you going to tell the men that you got a beautiful little girl? It's important. I mean, this is not a traditional dating. Traditionally, you're dating someone, you wait for a while, for weeks, for months, to introduce the person you are dating. If it gets to that point that, okay, this is serious, this person is going to be in my life, then eventually you introduce that person to your child or children. Okay, we get that, but this is fast forward. Everything is fast forwarding. And if you keep saying that, oh, she's the most important thing in my life, she's the most important part, and girl, in that case, the moment you say hello to somebody, full disclosure, I have a daughter, period. You don't have several dates and days to wait to tell somebody, saying, oh, I'm just waiting, I want to find the right time, I want us to get over certain things before I tell him that, or I tell any of the men that I'm dating in the pod that I have a daughter. No, girl. Nothing else is that important, so you should have let the men know immediately. Anyway, she eventually did. She told him that she has a daughter and all. And then, I mean, Jimmy was quiet. Jimmy was uncomfortably quiet for me. Okay, Jimmy, come on. Why are people making such a big deal out of this? Look, I get it. She's 28. She has a 10-year-old daughter. She's responsible. She's well-to-do. It's not that big of a deal. People are out here with 6 babies, with 6 baby daddies. I'm not saying that is right either, but that is what is messed up these days. That the baby mama and baby daddy culture has become like the norm, that people just say it's like it's nothing. So what I'm saying is, having one child with someone, as we understood that she was, they were together for a long time. They've known each other, and look, it is fine. It's not a big deal First of all, y'all making big deals when you are trying to give the news to somebody that you are dating. Y'all make too much of a big deal out of it. Like just taking the pauses and Jimmy saying, oh, it feels like a secret. And she's like, no, it's not a secret, because I think a secret will be if it is something negative. No, girl, secret can be both positive and negative. When people are out here cheating on their spouses and keeping it a secret, that is a negative secret. So what you mean by you feel like a secret is a negative thing, and this is not where I agree. This is not a negative secret, but there is such thing. Jimmy paused a bit, and then he was like, how come we didn't talk about this earlier? And she said, well, I just wanted you to get to know me first before we get to, we start talking about things like that, because I want to know where we are going before I do that. Now, and then this man opened his mouth and said, oh yeah, I understand. I understand that you are just telling me now. So, what? You literally just asked, how come you didn't tell me this earlier? Girl. Look, Jimmy is saying it's not a deal breaker. He's fine with it. He's just glad that she told him, and he asked what the name of the daughter is, and she's like, oh, her name is Autumn. Now, Jessica, her voice, my voice is cracking talking about somebody's, Jessica, okay, well, there is something for everyone. Just me. I mean, I personally hate hearing myself speak. So you can imagine, making these videos is like torture for me. When I have to go and edit and hear myself over and over again, oh girl, I hate it. It's why I don't leave voice messages for nobody. It will have to be real important, or I have absolutely no choice to leave voice messages, because I hate the way my voice sounds. So look, I relate to Jessica said she's never gotten compliment on her voice, but she was complimented by Jimmy. It's cute. Look, everything that Jimmy is saying after Jessica said she had a daughter, Jimmy's mouth is moving. The words are coming out of his mouth. Jimmy's facial expression isn't matching what he's telling this girl, that he's okay with the fact that she has a daughter. It's not a deal breaker. No. Jessica, his face is telling us, oh, he has a problem with it. Now look, Jimmy is having a bad day, okay? Because another one of his connection, Chelsea, also the same day, I mean, as far as we see, the same day as Jessica dropped the I am a mother, I have a daughter bomb, we saw him on a date with Chelsea, and Chelsea also has something to say. First of all, they were talking about going to college, and Jimmy was very proud that he was the first to go to college in his family. His parents were not in support of it because they thought he was just going to waste. He's just wasting money. Now that he has done it and he's successful and everything, they are proud of him. Okay, now Miss Chelsea said, okay, well, good for you, but I mean, I didn't go to school. And she went to flight attendant school. They call training, not like school. Anyway, and then Jimmy said, well, I'm sure you were top of your class or the best in your flight attendant's class. Again, Jimmy's mouth is saying something, but his facial expression is like, oh, hell no. I went through all of this to be edutained. And you're out here telling me you didn't have an education? You didn't go to school? I'm just saying that is what Jimmy's face was showing us, those who are watching. But his mouth is accepting and saying all of these things. And then the girl also went on to tell Jimmy that she was once married for 5 years. She got married when she was 18, and she was married for 5 years, and they got divorced because, I mean, I guess she didn't really know what love was because she was young. She thought she was in love with her ex-husband, but as it turns out, oops, sorry, I'm not actually in love with you. I'm just like one time in love with you. It's not like double. It's not like, you know, when people are like, I love you. That's why you know that there is like some love there. But girl said, eventually I realized it's not love. It's not what she said. I'm telling you from my point of view, okay? This is my POV telling you. And then when she said this, Jimmy paused. Jimmy said, y'all are raising my blood pressure today. What is going on? He paused to an uncomfortable length for Chelsea, I believe. So then she started sobbing. Okay, she started sobbing, and Jimmy's like, no, it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker for me. Jimmy, nothing is a deal breaker for you, yet your face is saying, no, this is not a deal breaker. Okay, this has broken the deal. It's not, it has broken the deal. Your face is always saying something else, boy. Jimmy sat there, didn't have much to say about the situation, and Chelsea got really upset and started sobbing and walked away. When he realized that Chelsea was that upset, I think Jimmy was sorry that he made her cry. He made her cry because he didn't do anything, but by not doing anything, that made Chelsea sad. He was upset with himself. Chelsea also has a connection with Trevor. Oh, Trevor is lovely. Trevor, please don't disappoint us. This is just episode 1, but Trevor, please, pretty please don't disappoint us. I would not like to put you in the Love is Blind jail. Okay? Trevor, please. Chelsea has a connection with Trevor, so she told Trevor the same thing, that she was once married. Now, Trevor is winning us, okay? Trevor's took it the way I would expect a lot of people to take it. So, okay, I'm glad you told me, but, it's not, he's like, it's not a big deal. You were married before, basically, like, so what? Would you prefer to get married to someone in 4 weeks who has never been in a serious relationship? Who has never thought of taking the relationship to that next level? Because it takes a lot of work. Having flings and having 2 weeks, 3 weeks, couple of months relationships, they are there. You can always get that. But the commitment part is hard work on both parts. So if someone is willing or was able to go all the way through to do that, for me, I see, personally, as Trevor was saying, I see it as a positive thing. That means this person is capable of the important and the difficult decision and aspects of a relationship, hence leading to marriage. So I completely get Trevor and what he was saying. I agree 100% with it, because would I rather want to be with someone who has never gone that far? I don't see anything wrong with it, and neither did Trevor. So Chelsea was very, very happy, and she's like, oh, I'm so glad you feel this way about it, because I had said this to someone else today and it didn't necessarily go very well. So right now, Trevor, check in my book. You're doing great. Just keep it up, okay? And Chelsea, you've been married before. You got married when you were 18 years old. It is not a big deal, okay? It is fine. So be okay with it when you tell people. Before I get off Trevor and Chelsea, he said something that I said, oh, I agree. Because people like to behave as if their girlfriend or spouses has never dated anybody before, like they were there first, like their spouses or girlfriends has not been kissed or touched. That is delusional. Come on. I think it's mainly like the males that like to, it's okay if you want to have a fantasy in your head that she was pure, but to actually factor it into real life situations, it's hypocritical to me. And when Trevor said that, I said, you speaking, Trevor, you speaking to us, are we listening? I like Trevor. I like him, so we'll see how it's gonna go. In the women's lounge, all the females are gathered around. One thing I like about this season, all the females seems to be very supportive of each other. And I said, let's go girl power. AD says that they kind of like keeping their choices a bit closer to their chest. And I said, well, it makes sense. It has to happen at one point. But with that being said, they are all still very friendly with each other. So while they were in the female quarters, Amber has a connection with, you want a drum roll? Matthew. Amber was there talking to AD, and she's like, oh, I made a man cry today. I made a man cry. Well, as it turns out, Amber started telling AD things that Matthew has said. Now, I skipped that part, but it's because I knew that I would get there when I'm speaking about Amber, Matthew, and AD. So when AD had like her recent date with Matthew was saying all the things that any girl would like. Look, the things he was saying, Matthew was telling AD how much he feels very lucky to have met her, and he feels like he came to the experiment just because of her, just to meet her. And if he could, he would like to call his mom like that minute and tell his mom that, Mama, I found her. I found your daughter-in-law. He was saying all this, and he's like, oh, your dad, I'd like to ask for your hand in marriage from your dad. And Eddie is like, oh, my dad passed away last September. And I mean, Matthew, of course, was sorry. Look, for a split second, it was a bit like in bad taste for me when she laughed that hard talking about her father passing away. But she did say, yeah, well, we were not close anyway. But still, I'm like, okay, maybe she has like some really, really dark sense of humor. Some people are like that, and it does not mean that she doesn't care that her dad has passed. I don't think that's the case. Matthew, it's like, oh, if I could, I could live here with you like right now. If it is not you for me, then it is. I see only two reasons or things of being here, and if it is not you, then it's nobody. Like he was saying all of these things that all these girls like to hear on the freaking third day of dating somebody. Okay, it would be super weird if you do that in real life. We'll be like, ooh, psycho, but. But in Love is Blind, you can fall in love and pledge allegiance of your heart and soul to somebody in 48 hours. Well, between 24 and 48 hours. So it is normal per the show. But AD was very, very, you can tell that she was filled with joy when Matthew was saying all of these things. I think AD left thinking, okay, this is it. AD did ask if he had any preference of race or ethnicity. He says, no, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Matthew is saying all the right things. So they left with AD feeling very, very solid and happy. Amber started repeating these things. He's like, oh, he said if it is not me, then it's nobody else. Oh, he wish he can call his mom and told his mom that he's found his woman. And I hollered at the TV. I said, what? And Matthew did said to AD, oh, all these things I'm telling you, I'm not telling anybody this. And dude, you said word by word the exact same thing to two girls. Why? AD didn't say anything. She was just looking at Amber like, Now, Amber probably thought she was saying wow because she was so impressed by the things that were said to her. But I know she was saying wow because she's like, wow, that man. Oh, what is going on in this man? It's not what Amber is thinking while she's listening to all of these things. Now, episode 1 finishes here, and I can't wait to get into episode 2 to see what happens, what the aftermath was after Eddie got this information. Now we are back to episode 2. See, the episode did start on Jeremy. I mean, we have not seen Jeremy much, so I thought it's only fair to start with them. Now, Jeremy came in, a girl walking there, Laura. He guessed and said, "Oh, it's Sarah." And of course, it's not Sarah, it's Laura. So there was a laugh there, and they laughed, and then Laura was like, "Okay, so I was your second choice," and he's like, "Oh no, stop it! You're not the second choice. I just," and she's like, "If you are not sure, why would you even take the chance to guess?" And he's like, "Yeah, well, I'm never sure of anything." But look, you can tell that bothered Laura. That would have bothered me too. Like, why? Why are you calling me by? Why are you calling me by somebody else's name? Don't guess if you do not know who it is, because that right there would prove to me that, okay, maybe I'm your number 2, not your number 1. That would be a problem for me. But anyway, they moved on and started talking about OCD. Laura says she is OCD, and he says, "Yeah, same. I can't deal with it." And Laura's like, "Well, if I come to someone's house and the place is filthy, plate in the sink, like, you're not getting any cookie, okay? I'm not cuddling with you. We're not going to cookie land. Nothing is happening if your place is messy." And I said, "Well, that is reasonable." And he says, "Yeah, same here. You can never go to bed with dirty dishes in the sink. I always make sure that they are all clean." And so yeah, basically they are both OCD and love a clean house. Jeremy says his house is impeccably clean. I don't do with messy houses either. Like, it makes my skin crawl. I can do it, I can stand it. But also, when some people's place is so goddamn clean that you feel like you need to like take a shower outside before you enter the house, see, that also bothers me. Then I'm like, okay, you're taking it too damn far. Like, seriously, it's a home. People live in it. It doesn't need to look like a museum. I'm just saying, that's just me. It's not very deep conversation, especially coming from you calling her by another girl's name. It's very surface for me, like, and then Jeremy said he has 2 robot vacuum cleaners, so they are always running, they're always cleaning. And I mean, that damn near flooded Laura's basement. Okay, she's like, "Oh, I'm getting so bothered." And what? Why? Why are you getting hot and bothered because he has a clean house and he has robot vacuum cleaners? It takes very little to get these ladies to be, "Oh my God, you are like a fantastic human being. Oh, I'm getting so hot and bothered here." Girl, please have some deep conversations, not vacuum cleaners and getting bothered. Now, just as I suspected, when Laura went back to the female headquarters, she made it known that, yeah, she was feeling jealous, and she felt like the name that he called her, Sarah, he felt like that is the person he was hoping for to have the date with. And I said, sounds about right. It's not that hard to guess that, yeah, Jeremy was hoping that Sarah was going to walk through that door, not you. Laura, please get to know other people, because you are not Jeremy's number 1. After that, Jeremy had a date with Sarah, and he guessed it immediately. You can tell immediately within the first few seconds that, okay, he is feeling Sarah more than he is Laura, because they started talking about their future, like houses, and I think Sarah asked, should they go forward with this and get married, who is moving to whose house? And Jeremy apparently has a 4-bedroom house, and then Sarah is like, yeah, well, then we move into yours. Jeremy explained that he owned a place before, but he sold it and got this one that he's renting because he feels like when he gets married, he would want to choose their dream home with his spouse, so that it doesn't feel like, oh, I bought the place and you are basically just moving your things into my house, like creating little drawers. I would like it to be that both of us, like we went to look for the house, like house hunting, and then we got it together. That is why he's now renting. And you see, this type of conversations for me had more depth to it than what he did with Laura, which again proves to me that he is feeling Sarah more than he is Laura. So I mean, we will see how that goes. As we know that Matthew has said the same thing to both ladies, Amber and AD. So they had a date, and you can tell that the way AD was feeling Matthew, the atmosphere was a bit chilly. It felt like November morning in Sweden, okay? It was chilly in there. So she started, I mean, I believe she's on the show for the right reason. I cannot say that for a lot of these people. And she eventually let Matthew know that she is aware and heard Amber tell her verbatim the exact same things that he had told her, AD. And when Matthew was saying these things to AD, like I said before, he is like, no, I'm not saying this to anybody. Look, you are not just saying things, omitting and adding other words. You literally repeated the exact same thing to these two females. So what are you talking about? Now Matthew is like, no. Basically, Amber is that's a lie. I did not say the exact same things, like some of the things the way I said them to you. But then Eddie's like, yeah, well, the one about I want to call my mom and let my mom know. Look, you said the exact same words to this lady. So what are you talking about, Matthew? Anyway, Matthew insists that he didn't say the same things to Amber and AD. That the things that he told AD was a lot deeper than what he told Amber. I said, no, you lying and you got caught. And how freaking dumb are you? These females live in the same quarter. How dumb are you? Did you think that they will not talk? Especially if you say these things to a female, of course they are excited, they are happy, and they feel like, okay, I found my person. And what do? When we feel like we found our person and we're happy, like this man really wants me. This is it. This is my man. He wants me. What do? We tell other females because we are happy that someone has chosen us. We are chosen by someone. We tell other people. So I don't know what the hell your dumbass was thinking, doing this and thinking that you will get the hell away with it, because you didn't. You didn't get away with it. But he saw that, no, it's not the same. No, it's not the same. If he could choose somebody right now, it would be AD. But he's going to think about it for tomorrow. And I said, if you had the choice to choose someone right now between the two ladies, Amber and AD, you will choose AD right now. So why do we need tomorrow? Why do we need tomorrow? So AD now from Matthew's date went on her date with Clay. And she's like, oh, I have a connection with someone else, it's Matthew. And when she said Matthew, it almost felt like, I mean, come on now, Clinton. Clinton, you know who Matthew is. It is very difficult for me to think that Clinton didn't know who Matthew was, because he looked like, what? Well, for a second, it felt like Clinton forgot who Matthew was, and then he's like, Matthew? Don't do that. I'm not playing I am not playing the race card here, but I mean, brothers and sisters, when we speak, sometimes when someone is speaking, even without seeing them, you can know that, okay, this is a brother, this is a sister, or this person is Irish, or from, you know what I mean? So I think, and I believe that Clinton suspects that AD is a sister, okay? If you know, you know what I mean. AD is, I'm guessing they both know that, okay, Clinton is a brother, AD is a sister. And I think the shock when Clinton behave like he didn't know who Matthew was. I don't think it's necessarily because he didn't know who Matthew was. I think it's mostly that he knows he's a brother, suspects she's a sister, and they are clicking. So the shock was probably like, really? Like, really? Matthew? He's not a brother. And he's like, well, you're going to regret it if you choose Matthew. Clayton, I agree with you. But guess what? She will regret it if she picks you too. What? Anyway, Clayton started. So that, oh, I thought you liked me like that, and look, Clayton went into a tangent, okay? He went into a tangent, and I wanted to see Clayton's face when he was saying these things to Eddie, but I couldn't. It was just his back, and I'm thinking, why are they not showing me Clayton's face? Let me put the face to what he's saying. Let me see how he's actually looking while he's saying this dumb shit. You are out here trying to blame the girl as if she's done something by having a connection with Matthew's crazy ass. She hasn't done anything wrong. Now I'm still wondering, why was Clayton's face not shown when he was saying all these things? You see, after this, Clayton, because I know he's going to get a lot of hits for this when he was basically like gaslighting Eddie, saying things like, oh, you're not feeling me like that. I thought you were feeling me like that. And I mean, Eddie, you can see that the girl was drained. You made Eddie cry, and we do not like that. First off, or last off, you were the one. Why are you that trying so hard that she should choose you? Eddie should choose you. She should tell you that she's feeling you like that. She want to continue this with you. Why should she do that? Why? When you were the one that told her, boy, did you forget? Did you forget you told this girl the connection, the emotional connections that you guys may be building or might have built will not matter if she does not tell you how she looks physically, or if she doesn't fit your physical description of who you want to be your wife. Have you forgotten? When you say such a thing to someone, why should they put all their eggs in your goddamn crazy ass basket? Don't be out here trying to make her, and I mean, oh, poor girl, she's like, I'm sorry, but, and I said, Eddie, don't be sorry for anything. You did not do anything to this man. Eddie, like, you see, I said this before, that she's like one of these people that will give people like 260 something chances when they're messing up. I said this earlier. So you see, she mentioned that when she sees red flags, I mean, other people run. Eddie doesn't run from the red flags or try to avoid it. I guess she just puts on a red colored coat or polish her nails red to just go with it. Almost like this type of people that like to, regardless, even when they are seeing all the red flags, they're like, yeah, okay, perhaps I could help change you. Or perhaps I could do this, I could do that. No, at some point, at a certain age, when you see the red flag, the very first one you see, girl, you run. At some point, people's red flags and the way they are, you can change them. I know, but you see, that is why it's very hard for me with what Eddie is going through, because she is just that girl. She sees the goodness in people, even if it is all freaking red flag, like she's a bull seeing red. She's still giving people grace and opportunity because she believes there is good in everyone, and we get that. We all agree with that. But in this situation, in this experiment, Eddie, you do not have the time to be saving anybody. You do not have the time to be saving any grown man with huge egos and suaveness. I mean, Eddie already knew that Matthew has said the same things to both of them, but Amber didn't know. And then when Eddie started saying it, she's like, oh my God, he said the exact same things to me. And I said, What took you girls so long to talk about this? Anyway, they both realize I actually love the relationship that the females have this season. They all very, yes, they're competing and trying to get their men and remain on this show up until the honeymoon, but they are still very, it's sort of like a sisterhood, which I love. I think it's very beautiful. Talk about trying to get their men. You see, some people actually want to find someone that they will marry and spend the rest of their lives with. But some of them, it feels like competition. It's the way Clinton behaved, knowing that AD had connection with Matthew's crazy ass, feels to me right there. I'm like, yeah, okay. Clinton might be in this for the wrong reasons. He's now more determined to win AD because Matthew is not a person of color. Clinton just wants to win. And that's not what we are here for. See, I'm back with the females. So they both now realize that, okay, Matthew has been playing in their faces, telling them all these sweet nothings. I don't know if Matthew was her only connection, because Amber decided, yeah, okay, I'm done, I'm out. And I said, wait, Amber, come back. Amber is a lovely girl too. I said, Amber, come back. What do you mean by you done? Don't let this man destroy this experience for you. The man could be in the next building. Don't go. Try to find someone else. But she said she was out. Now we move on to Amy and Johnny. Amy and Johnny, I haven't really seen their relationship like blossom so much until like the second episode. They came in, they started talking. I mean, I think they are adorable together. You see, those two I have hopes for, just like I have for what is his name? Trevor and Chelsea. I have hope for Amy and Johnny. So they started, and then Amy started with talking about her little brother who is on the spectrum of autism, and how she's very close to him. Their father is now like the legal guardian, but should anything happen, God forbid, should anything happen to his dad, then that would be her job to take responsibility of her little brother. And she would want anyone that she's going to get married to be okay that at some point, whether it's sooner or later, sometimes they might need to house, like the brother might need to come and stay with them for a while they're trying to figure things out for him. So it is important to her that whoever she's with is aware of this. And it was very beautiful the way she spoke about her brother. Now, Johnny was very understanding when Amy told that story, and of course he's like, I understand, I would feel the same way. Should it be, if it was my little brother or little sister, I would feel the same way and want the same thing, that my wife will accept a sibling of mine if they have some sort of disability and need help. It's fine, I understand, and I would expect the same. So yeah, it was a good response to what Amy had said. Now listen, Brittany and Kenneth. Now this is the first time I was seeing them, but he's a principal. They have a lot in common actually. He's a principal. Brittany is a teacher. They both have twin parents. Kenneth lost his mom, unfortunately, when he was 12. Brittany lost hers when she was 5. They both Christians, and that was the first thing that kind of like captured Kenneth when Brittany said that. So I mean, these two seems to be very level-headed to me. There is not a lot of chaos and buffoonery going on there. I mean, Brittany says she's submissive. She's not an alpha female. Now, look, I think we can all be submissive and a bit of alpha female sometimes, but she says she's not. I want my man to take the lead. So Kenneth, take the lead, okay? The two of them, they have a lot in common. Even so some of it is tragic. But I mean, they are both young, but they feel like they are wise beyond their age. They both had to like grow up pretty fast because of certain life situations that happened to them. Yeah, well, that's when they started talking about the twins, because Brittany had asked him if he would like twins. Like, how many kids would he like to have? He's like, okay, perhaps 2 of them. And she's like, oh, so what do you think of twins? And he's like, yeah, I would love twins. And that's when they started talking about having twins in both their families. I think it's fantastic though. Oh my God, what are the odds that they both have parents who are twins? I think that's amazing to me. It's very, very cool, and I hope they make it and they make some. They will be the first to have twins, Love is Blind babies. So we know that we've had a few babies, but they'll be the first to have the twins. So look, I am excited for Brittany and Kenneth. I'm very excited for them. But I mean, this is the first time we are seeing them. I don't know why, if they've been having all these dates that led them to where they are now. I'm not sure why we are only seeing them now, but I am looking with hope, okay? Kenneth, do not end up in the Love is Blind jail of men that we cannot stand, okay? Please, Kenneth, stay where you are. We like you just the way you are. And if you remember, the last time Chelsea and Jimmy had a date was when she told Jimmy that she was once married. And Jimmy didn't take it very well. That's when Chelsea broke down crying. Look, that didn't end very well. So Jimmy, on this day, Jimmy apologized for how their last date ended. And then Chelsea was like, oh, do people tell you that you look like a celebrity? And I think Jimmy said yes. And then I started thinking, I'm looking at Jimmy and I'm thinking, which celebrity does Jimmy look like? Do you know? Like, no, because I don't think Jimmy looks like any celebrity. Now, what has that, in fact, look, Chelsea, with the way your last conversation ended, why are you here the next time you meet this guy talking about, oh, which celebrity do you look like me? I am pretty sure she only said that because she wants to tell him and us which celebrity she looks like. Girl, if you look like a celebrity, you don't need to tell anybody. We will just see it. Now, Chelsea says, yeah, people tell her that she looks like a celebrity and because of her blue eyes and dark hair. And then, what are the odds though that he would guess that? And then he's like, Megan Fox? And she's like, yeah. And how did he even guess that? I mean, I would not automatically thought of Megan Fox. So yeah, apparently Miss Chelsea looks like Megan Fox. And I said, Chelsea, who is lying to you, child? Girl, I froze that episode on Chelsea so much. I went back and I froze and I'm trying to find the resemblance, okay? I'm trying to find the look in the liking and I don't see it. She's like, yeah, no, I don't see it, but people tell me. No, nobody's telling you that, Chelsea. If they are, they have lost their damn mind, and so have you for even bringing it up. Chelsea, if you are telling us that you don't even believe it, what was the point? Why are you bringing it up? So when she said that, at this point, I'm like, oh, Jimmy, everything about being married and being divorced just went out the gate. Because at this point, he's probably thinking, so what if she was married? If she looks like Megan Fox, hell, she could have been married and deserved 57 times, and I would still choose her. Will you marry me? No! It's Love is Blind. In fact, again, why? Because yeah, you do not tell the people you are communicating with or dating how you look like, but you, Chelsea, by saying that people think or tells you that you look like Megan Fox, you are indirectly actually telling this man how you look like. This was false advertisement. This was a disservice that you did to yourself. Now, however, talking about Megan Fox, you see, between these two women, I think Jessica might even look a little bit more like Megan Fox than Chelsea. Chelsea, you are there looking like Natalie Chinnan telling us, oh, people say you look like Megan Fox. No! Jessica looks a little bit like Megan Fox, and even she's not saying that shit. Now we're back to Jessica and Jimmy. And they started talking about their upbringing. I mean, Jessica, girl, I mean, she was in foster care. Both her parents were addicts. I don't know what words YouTube will be allowing here, given my very, very tiny channel. So I'm just going to say D audit if you get it. And both parents were. Jessica said at some point her dad went to prison and then she went to foster care. And when he was released, she came back to stay with him. But then shortly after that, he took himself out of this world. So then she had to go back to foster care again. And then when she was 16 years old, she got officially adopted by the family that was fostering her. She also mentioned she got pregnant with her because she had Autumn at 18. She said she got pregnant at 17, and she was very grateful to her adoptive parent, because if not for them, if she was still just in foster care when she got pregnant, then she would not have been able to keep her baby. And given how much she talks about Autumn and loves her, it would have been devastating if she did not have the opportunity to keep her child. But of course she did keep her. Jimmy is like, yeah, well, I actually, did he say, well, I like you more now after you have said all of these things to me. And I'm thinking, she said she had a child, and again, even though your mouth was saying something, your face wasn't doing it, but at least he says, okay, I like you more now that you have expressed and said these things to me, like going deep and talking about your childhood and everything that you have gone through. I still don't believe it. I still don't trust it at all. I still think he's going to go choose Chelsea. Because she looks like Megan Fox. Trevor, well, one of my favorites. Trevor and Chelsea. Now oh my God, I was like, Chelsea, please don't tell this man. Do not tell this man also that you look like Megan Fox. Don't do it. Well, she didn't. At least we didn't see her do that. So I said, oh, thank the Lord. Okay, at least there is hope somewhere. They started talking. And Chelsea was talking about how she puts the AC on a sensible 65 degrees and a fan. What are the odds? Who likes to put their AC on a sensible 65 degrees with a fan, and then to meet someone that you're connecting with that like that exact same thing? It is very, very particular, to the point where I'm like, yeah, it's very rare that you have such things in common. But Chelsea doesn't like the TV on, and then Trevor said, well, he also add the fan to the AC because he liked the sound of it. And I say, yeah, same. Here in December, January, even though it is freezing cold, it's below 5 degrees, 6 degrees, 10 degrees outside, and it's cold everywhere in the house, but my ass will still use an AC. Chelsea is imagining how Trevor will look like, and she's thinking of, does he have short hair, does he have long hair? And she's like, oh, maybe I could be wrong, it could be a mullet. And then Trevor busted out laughing because Trevor has a mullet. And she's like, and Trevor is like, yeah, I do have a mullet. She's like, stop it. You better not be playing with me. He's like, yeah, no, I do. Apparently, men with mullet does it for Chelsea, okay? If you have a mullet, that's it. You will be flooding Chelsea's bases. And I'm glad that this was light and all, because the conversation they had before about her being married and everything, it went a bit in depth. So it's okay that they're just having a good old laughing time and having a good time right now. So, I mean, they are both intrigued by each other. So we will see where it goes. Now, look, this is just by the way. In the men's lounge or living space, even when all the men are talking about, the females they are connecting with, what they think about them, Matthew is just sitting there. Oh my God. Looking at Matthew is like watching a freaking horror movie, okay? Like your worst freaking nightmare. The person that you would see that just looks like they're just quiet and completely normal, and then you realize that, oh my God, they are crazy people. Matthew gives me that vibe. Why are you just sitting there not communicating? And on top of that, you are not just being an asshole to the ladies. Well, you are being an asshole to the men as well. What is pressing you, Matthew? Why are you here? Why are you here? Now, Johnny and Amy. Johnny had previously accidentally told Amy that he loved her, and of course, she was very, very excited, as she should be. I mean, that's what we're here for, isn't it? So, yeah, anyway, they have another day. There was a bouquet of flowers that she had mentioned before that she liked, so he got her those. And yeah, and then she told Johnny, Amy told Johnny that, oh, actually they're matching my dress, which I think they were. She looked beautiful. Johnny wanted Amy to promise him two things. So one is that he's not perfect, he make mistakes, and should anything ever happen, like he would like Amy to tell him immediately, so that he can correct it. Basically, I mean, isn't that what we all want? We all want that. But sometimes it's easier to say than when it happens and she start pointing them out to you. It might be a problem, but I don't know. Amy, he's asking for it, so give him that, okay? The second thing is, of course, what we all want, okay? He wants her to promise him that they will grow old, 90 years old together, saggy, fat, body hair, and all of that. I'm like, do you have more body hair? I don't know. Maybe Johnny will just stop. Maybe he will just stop. So he wants her to promise him that and say, well, regardless, there will be outside influences, but he would like them to always be them and not change so much of who they are. Amy is like, yeah, same here. I mean, what else is she going to say? She said, same, and great. And then we got our first engagement. Amy and Johnny, our first engaged couples. Congratulations to them. Now, I'm back to, what is his name? AD and Matthew. So they had a date again, and Matthew was agitated. It sounded like Matthew was crying, and I'm thinking, wait, why is it? What is going on? Because AD even asked him, like, why you sniveling? Like, what's going on? And I'm asking the same question. What's going on, Matthew? Why are you sniveling? Matthew's behavior was, I mean, it felt like we went back to day one. Those first few days that he had, I felt like we went back there with his behavior. And at some point, this man, well, he's talking about how he's never felt about anyone the way he feels about AD. And I'm like, okay, that's a good thing. And Eddie's like, oh, I still like you, Matthew. I still like you. And he's like, all of America is on my side. Now, when I said, what? Wait, if I can do the thing where you shake the goddamn video, I will shake it right here. What are you talking about? Matthew, what have you done that makes you think America is on your side? John, I am not American, nor am I in America. And even I am not on your side. There is no way in hell. Matthew, you are delusional as hell. America is not on your side. Hell, I'm in Europe and we are not on your side either. And I'm damn well sure the Africans are not on your side either. The Asians aren't. The Indians aren't. Nobody's on your side. What the hell are you talking about? You are sure America... Did we miss some part of this conversation? Did we miss a part that would let this man think that America is on his side? And the moment he said that, Eddie is rolling her eyes again. I say, yes, girl. Why are you wasting your time, Eddie? This man is a lost cause, okay? And Eddie is like, yeah, the light, the camera, the action, and all these things, I put all that aside because I'm here to actually find love. And then he's like, well, I don't know, because I don't like the way you sound, the way you sound today, and I don't think you want me. At what point has this woman done or said anything that makes you think that she doesn't want you? Now, he did ask Eddie earlier, oh, you know that Amber left, right? And she's like, yeah. And then Matthew is like, oh, do you think I'm the reason and she said, well, I don't know. Everybody have different reasons. And even if you are the reason, she's not the right person to be asking, because you've been lying to those two girls. So why are you asking her to tell you why your other interests, whom I think actually Amber was your number one, why are you asking your number two why she left? That's none of her business. If Amber wanted to tell you, she would have had a last date with you before leaving. So leave the girl alone, Matthew. Leave AD alone. But I think, and not I think, I know Matthew is losing his shit, crying in there like a baby, sniveling and shit because Amber left. It has nothing to do with AD. It does not. He is sad because Amber left. He asked if she has a connection with someone else, and she says, yeah, I do. And then he said, well, I'm sorry, but I don't, this is it, like we're done, because I don't think I can give you what you're looking for. Now, what are you talking about? What do you mean by you can't give her what she's looking for? You both have been on the same page up until when you were caught in a lie. So what it is that she's asking for that you cannot do it? Now, at this point, again, I'm wondering, why is AD still in there? Girl, you should have left. The moment that man came in there sniveling because Amber left, that is exactly when you should have left. You should not have given Matthew's crazy ass the opportunity to be the one to break up with you. But anyway, Matthew said he's done. They are done. He can't do it, and he is sorry, and they always do this. See, I swear, I will get you with the goddamn shoe if you decide to break up with me for no apparent reason, all your fault. And then you start telling me after, oh, I know you are a great, great person, you all of this. Take your compliments with you. God damn it, take your compliments, put them in your bag and go away with it. Don't give me no compliments. I don't need compliments from you. Why do you need to say all these things to me when you say you can't be with me for no apparent reason? The only place that pissed me off was the fact that AD was not the one who broke up with him. But anyway, AD left. You can just tell she's over it at this point. And then Jeremy went to the male quarters, the lounge, and he was pissed. He was pissed. He put that book down and he's like, I'm going to go get Amber. Or I'm going to bring Amber. I'm going to go get Amber. And I said, I knew it. Matthew, I just created a very special jail for you. The Love is Blind jail. You just got yourself into solitary. You are in solitary confinement from this point on. I knew that you were acting the way you were acting because Amber has left. And for you to throw your shit and be like, hey, I'm going for Amber. Matthew, Amber does not want you. Now, if we, Amber girl, you better not. Amber, you better not take Matthew. No, girl. Amber, please. Amber, please. And production, do not give Amber's information to Matthew. Matthew is crazy as hell. That girl made the right decision for herself to leave the experiment. Production, Love is Blind. Do not give Amber's information to Matthew. At this point, I mean, the thing is already, they probably already did this. This will not mean anything, but that is it for episode 2. I mean, it ended with Johnny and Amy meeting, like the reveal, but we did not see the reveal. It would happen in episode 3. But that is it for the recap of Love is Blind season 6 episode 2. Thank you so much for staying with me and listening to me talk. Remember, like I said, you don't need to sit down to hear me talk, okay? Take me with you wherever you go. All right, I'll do the groceries with you. I'll do the laundry with you. I'll do the house cleaning with you. I will go with you when you're going for a walk. Take me with you wherever you go. If you haven't already, please, it doesn't take much. Just click there, right there. Yeah. Please just subscribe, like, and comment. I appreciate you so much. And I hope to see you soon in my next video. Thank you. Simply Mirage out. Bye.